I'm not really sure what else to say here. Yeesh, looks like it's going to be a tight game. Not really sure what either player can do, and I guess neither of these two players themselves. Possibly drops with nukes can be a good way to go. Nukes, again, probably fairly gas heavy, and he's got to be very selective about what he uses his gas on at this sort of point. Drop going in at 12 o'clock. Very cool stuff. More like 1 o'clock, I should say, but Colossus able to quickly jump over the ridge and do that. Really going for this Nexus at the moment, trying to take it out before he leaves. Oh, he does take it out. That'll keep him in the lead here, but I've just got to say that this Protoss player is so well stocked with tech and economy and other bases, he can easily rebuild that Nexus and keep on going. What the Terran player really needs to do is just start thinking about the end game at this point. Start thinking about how he's going to dominate fights consistently, which is something he's not being able to do. Excuse me, not being able to do. Every fight we've seen has either been a stalemate or a narrow win to the Terran, and he just can't really capitalize on any of the wins that he's making at this point. Game could come down to a situation where there are no minerals left. I guess that would favor the Terran player with all these huge stockpiles and its more efficient use of resources. But again, another fight looks like going Terran's way, but you know, more and more units showing up, and as soon as those last couple of storms hit home, with no medivacs to heal the Marauders up, this is so weak, the storms instantly kill them, and reinforcement Colossus doing the job. And the drops, while they've looked very impressive and looked successful up at the 1 o'clock position, just haven't been able to stop the Protoss player in its tracks. He keeps rebuilding, seems to have an unlimited amount of resources at this point, and both players seem to. And these fights are getting us nowhere, so just really got to wait for an opportunity for one player to make something decisive happen. This is not it, by the way. Not enough Protoss players to move into Terran territory at this moment. I think he's setting it with tanks along the ridge at the 3 o'clock position as well. So that'll help him keep the last of the resources alive. Wow. And cannons going down now. Guess that will help a little bit. Looks like 4 o'clock position has been mined out as well. Even the high yield in the center has been mined out. And again, that refinery, as you can see here, is not fully manned by ECVs, and I think that's been the case for quite some time now. Big Protoss attack coming in the middle. He's actually got a really good unit composition here. Archons, Colossus, High Templars, Zealots, Stalkers, you name it. He's got the lot in there. And I don't think Marauders can cut it against that entire combination. Banshee going down, but disappointingly moving into cannon range. I think Banshees would be very effective in this sort of situation. They're not particularly vulnerable against against feedback. Tanks are really making the difference in that situation there too. Terran in a bit of a losing situation. Storm going off again, man. He has no answer to the storms, and I think in these sorts of situations where you can fight the battles with energy instead of with the resources, that's going to save you the most cost long run. So, whereas the Terran player is replenishing his troops with money, the Protoss player is able to kill those replenished troops with just energy from High Templars, and that could be the difference in the long game. I'm going to maintain that that's you heard it here first. This is Vol's analysis of this particular game. It's coming down to energy at this point. Feedback and storms making such a big difference here, killing medivacs and killing Marauders in the long run. And it's allowing his army to stay stocked up, it's allowing him to maintain his side of the map. The Terran player is going to run out of resources first, and this is the point where the Protoss player is staying even with the Terran with gas, and spending that a little bit more efficiently. Drop going in on the 12 o'clock, but it's not going to be a good idea because this is a huge Protoss force coming in. There are no tanks on this side of the platform either, so it looks like he's going to lose that planetary fortress straight away. And I've got to say, this is probably the turning point, guys. Mistake here from MioWeRRa. He's going to take out 12, but that 12 o'clock location is not going to be the game changer. It's going to be this Protoss force gaining leverage at this point, able to dominate any point of the map it chooses. Even those tanks there are going to be smashed by those Colossus. Look at that, and yeah, easily blinking up onto the wall. And if the Terran force comes back at this point, it's going to find itself underwhelmed. It needed to support its own reinforcements back earlier on. So, wow, well played here by Protoss. I felt like the Terran player dominated the game first 3/4 of the game, but didn't really find a way to capitalize on that and win long term here. I guess he's still in the fight, but losing critical expansions, that big kill team of Colossus is going to move in and wipe everything out. So no more resources being harvested in terms of minerals from MioWeRRa. He's got 10,000 minerals saved up. Below 100 supply. I guess he could just continue pumping Marines from a billion barracks, but he just doesn't have time to actually spit that many Marines out. The game is going to be lost before he could get that many. Marines wouldn't be too... well, actually, they would be terrible, to be honest. When you've got High Templars and Colossus in that combination. Marines, no matter if you had a billion Marines, I don't think you'd be able to do it. Another command center being destroyed here. Neglecting to repair it by the looks. Not that much that he can do about it anyway. Well, he is trying to repair it, but those Stalkers, once they get in range, easily knocking it out. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Gosh, it's been a bit of a brutal one. Quite enjoyed bringing you guys a bit of a longer game, a game that really involved a split map and a lot of macro from both players. It's a pity we didn't see a lot of high tier stuff from the Terran, but again, as we saw, Terran a bit inefficient with his gas collection, didn't have all SCVs on gas at all points in time. That's really hurt him, I feel. Bit of extra gas, he could have picked up more ghosts. That would have been more EMPs, more sniping, possibly even some nukes. And that would have been it. Moving in with some Banshees. Could have really done this earlier in the game, I feel. This is a great strategy, just moving on over and... yeah, I would have said attacking the probes, but moving straight into the cannons does not help a situation at all. And look at this big roving kill fest of an army. Very paltry drop at this point, easily able to bring in High Templars and just crush any... troops moving in, and I think Terran well and truly given up. I don't see why he isn't quitting at this point. Every little desperate harass attempt he makes is shut down immediately, and he's got no mining bases, no gas coming in, and he knows that his opponent's collecting gas like no tomorrow, and he's got a yellow mineral field to boot with plenty of minerals left, I must add. So that's essentially it. Might just cut the replay short here. Nothing too much else to say about it. Thanks guys for watching. I'm not too sure how many more Starcraft 2 games I'll be making. Oh, big fight going off. Let's just have a look at how this fight goes before we quit out. Yeah, not going very well. With that many Colossus on the field, you just can't do much about that. And High Templars weakening that force significantly. And then he picks up again. I love the Cloak Banshee. If we'd seen that before, maybe, I mean, if he'd been, a bit more economical and come up with these ideas earlier in the game, could have worked, but at this point he's just a little bit too late. So this is Ball signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed this replay. Catch you later.